Hello everyone. Now I welcome you to the lecture series of technical communication whose code is KAS301. So this is lecture 9 of unit 2 which is about technical research paper writing. Moving forward. First of all, I'll give you the outline of what we are going to cover in this particular video. I'm going to tell you about technical research paper writing, features of technical research paper, style of writing and elements or methods of writing technical research paper. Moving forward, I will first tell you what do you understand, what do you mean by technical research paper. A research paper is a piece of writing based on original research. So this is your original research where you are going to research on certain or concerned topic carried out by author and is the result of small scale study. So earlier we discussed about thesis. Thesis is a large process, long research work. It is a small scale study where you are going to research on an original topic. Nobody has researched on that, or your findings should be new. And it may be somebody has given about or written about a concerned topic and you are giving a new insight to that topic. So this is your research. Then you write a research paper. It can be a laboratory or in the field. It can be anywhere. Or it is based or a part of action research to develop certain methods, equipment, procedures, systems and so forth. The main purpose of research paper is to add to existing knowledge, as I told you, understanding and scope of a particular subject. So एक particular subject का when you understand the scope and how you can increase the existence of that particular topic, then you write a research paper. It adds to the existing fund of knowledge. They are the need of the hour, as they help in furthering in the industrial growth. So this is how you can grow in your industry, because you will get a new insight which would be helpful for you. Now features. The essential features of good technical research article are: data should be presented in a systematic way. You cannot let it be unorganized. So you have to organize the data accordingly. It transfers technical knowledge. Of course, if you are writing on a particular subject, that means you are going too much deep into this and getting the detail, and therefore you transfer the technical, because whatever you have founded, you write it on the research paper for others who can see what new things or what new insight an author has. It preserves technical knowledge for future growth के लिए very helpful. It disseminates technical knowledge of a specific field, because it is a work of a specific area. So that is why I am talking about specific field. Now there is a style of writing a technical research paper in which number one step is to identify the purpose of writing technical research paper. If you do not know your purpose, why you are writing, or what kind of, after completing the research paper, what kind of study you want to represent in front of your audience, then there is no purpose of writing any research paper. So you have to identify the purpose of writing research. Then use of proper and relevant technical terms should be used, and in the footnotes or appendix their explanation should be there so that a layman can understand those technical terms. Then you have to be objective in style, come straight to the point. You cannot go roundabout things, you cannot say roundabout things. You have to be straight whenever you are representing our data. Use of active and not passive voice. Use of modern language, that is, avoid use of obsolete or out of date words. Use illustrations. Accuracy, biasness should not be there. Right tone should be used. Discuss and describe data in a systematic way, organized manner should be there, and it should be written in a formalized structure. Now there are certain elements or steps of writing a technical research paper. As I have mentioned earlier in previous two slides about the report and thesis, there not previous slides but previous videos about the thesis and report, many of the contents you will find, or elements or steps you will find same as before, because they hold an important part. If you take any research paper, you go online, go to the sources, check out some research papers, and you will find there is an appropriate title given. When you are giving a title to your research paper, it should be short but meaningful. Short does not mean that it should not have proper information. Whatever information you have to give through the title, you should complete the title. Incomplete title should not be there in lieu of shortness. It should be meaningful and reflective of the research work. One can understand by reading the title what will be in the research work. Inadequate title leads to confusion in readers. As I said, you will not keep it incomplete. You will always complete the title, complete information. Inadequate title, if it is insufficient, then it will lead to confusion in readers. Then the next step is to mention the name of author. So author's complete name along with author's address and name of the institution must be placed below the title of the paper. So the name is given along with the address, corresponding address where you give your email as well, and name of the institute, affiliated to which institute, or is a part of which institute, you have to mention it. Then third is abstract. Abstract, I have already given you the difference between abstract and summary. You represent an abstract which contains the necessary information regarding the contents of the article. So it is a shortened form, or you tell about the what work you are going to carry out. So what kind of things you are going to get if you read the whole paper, whole research paper. Now introduction introduces the topic, what the problem is. Problem because there is certain problem or hypothesis which you build, and afterwards you search for that, analyze the data, and finally give recommendations to your audience. So it introduces a topic, or you can say problem, that is being considered by the writer for research. Also, it briefs the facts included by researcher in the course of study. So what facts he has referred to or mentioned in the due course of study of that research paper that he is writing on a particular theme. Next one is objective. Objective, he should state objective. Everything has an objective, so one should state the objective. The researcher will bring what into light the purposes of the study. What is the purpose of studies? Well, number one, this is my purpose. Number two, to solve this thing. Number three, to solve this thing, or as many as objectives he can have. But it should not go with a long list. It also makes the type of analysis it is going to make. So what analysis he is going to make is also being stated here. Next come methodology. There will be a detailed description of the methodology. There is a complete description. Now abstract is a smaller section, but this is a huge in number, large in number, where it is stating the basic design of the article, experiments carried out, selection of sample of study, and statistical measures adopted by the researchers. So all these things are mentioned in methodology, what method he is applying for that research. So basic design of the article, what is the basic design, on what he has formed his article, the experiments that he carried out to prove his point, selection of the sample of study. So various study samples he will take. So selection of the study sample, why he choose this one, and what result what result came out. Statistical measures, what statistical measures he is adopted to solve the particular problem that he has stated before. Then findings, inferences, and recommendations. Once he adopts all the methods and comes to the conclusion, it is the most important part, as all the finding, inferences drawn and recommendations are based on the analysis of the result. It also explores the possibility to conduct further research in the concerned area. Not only it defines all the findings, whatever he has researched, whatever result with which he has come out, whatever inferences he has drawn, and later on what recommendations he wants to give to others are mentioned in this section. Also, it explores the possibility to conduct further research. One can conduct further research into this particular area. And last but not the least, references and bibliography is mentioned at the end. So an alphabetical list of research sources are mentioned, generally alphabetical, which includes a list of books, articles, periodicals, interviews, online sources, whatever resources you have referred to while researching for your particular subject, whatever topic or content you have chosen to. You have to mention the books that you have referred to, the articles that you have referred to, even the periodicals or interviews you must have carried out or you must have referred, or online sources where you have taken or gathered the information to present your study. So references or bibliography is mentioned. So there are two formats, as I have also mentioned earlier. One is MLA and the other one is APA. Both the methods have to be studied carefully so that you know what two methods are. MLA format is Modern Language Association and APA style is American Psychological Association. So there is a proper way how to write your references, where the dot will be placed, where what part will be in italics, the name of the author is placed first or at the end, the surname is used at the starting or at the end. So both the styles differ from each other. So whatsoever way you are adopting, because it will be based on wherever you are presenting your research paper to whichever website or whichever sources. So it depends on that what they are demanding the references format. Okay, then there are different formats for books ka alag hoga, journals ka it is different, and if you're writing an article then it is different. So depending on what kind of thing you are writing, you write it. So I hope technical research paper is clear to you, and in the next video we will be doing seminar and conference paper writing, which is a very important part. And there I am going to discuss about the seminar, what is conference, and further I'll tell you about the methods to write a conference paper or a seminar paper. Thank you so much for that.